Hello everyone, No Respawns here, hope you're doing well. So I am actually in No Man's Sky on the recommendation of more than a few of you. I actually decided to pick it up in the recent sale and I wanted to make a video on it. Now this video is going to be a first impressions of the building mode in its current state. So it's not really, those of you looking for a kind of in-depth guide, this isn't it. This is more just kind of my impressions of kind of just jumping in and playing for about an hour or so, and also kind of comparing it to other games which have their own building element, kind of how does No Man's Sky kind of fare compared to them. I will be doing a kind of more detailed guide probably next week, but the thing is with the building in here, it is quite gated behind progression, so ultimately I wanted to kind of get something out where I just kind of give you my initial thoughts, and then next week I can actually do kind of a bit more of an in-depth guide. So basically I've been playing the game for a few hours. I did have a little bit of an issue with the OpenGL, but I got it working, so it now works fine on my PC. I'm quite liking it. I actually got No Man's Sky back in 2016 when it first dropped, but as you know, the state of the game then was not so great, and I was also playing on PS4. I'm playing on PC right now using an Xbox One controller, and so I decided just to hand it back. But I'm quite impressed with what I've seen so far. It's quite fun. I've actually found this cute little planet as well. So what I'm doing is, this is my base. I did not build this. This is a pre-existing structure. One of the reasons why I've built my base on a pre-existing structure is because one of the slight criticisms of the game is there are foundations, but you have to unlock them. In terms of these kind of more standard wood elements, which are the first bits you have, if they're not on flat ground, they either dig in, which I'll kind of demonstrate you how that works in a sec, or they'll slightly look like they're floating, or kind of they kind of go off angles, basically. So I've gone to this pre-built area because the ground is really flat, basically. And it also looks cool as well if you've kind of, you know, got this little station. Why wouldn't you build here, basically? I've also started building something. Now, I'm going to kind of get some criticisms out of the way of the building in this game straight off the bat. It's not necessarily bad, but if you're looking to jump straight into building, it is kind of irritating. So basically, you start off with a pretty basic selection of things to use. So basically, you start off with wood, and you get a wall, this door, that floor, that roof, and I think that's it. Wall, floor, door, roof. Yeah, and then you get a flag, which you can edit, I think, and one light. So none of the ramps, none of the arches, and loads of other stuff you don't get. And basically the way it works is... Have I got any nearby? I think I've got them all. So basically there are kind of buried pieces. It'll explain to you through the main quest, but you actually dig up pieces of tech, basically, using this blueprint analyzer here, which you build yourself. And you basically unlock all of the stuff through salvage technology. Now, I think this is a neat feature to an extent for like more the higher, even just like the higher level stuff like concrete or like the actual structures like this, and even some of the decoration. But they've also done it for just kind of like basic wood elements as well, which I think is a really, basically it's just it's just content for the sake of content. You know what I mean? It's like no one cares about your achievement. It's basically just padding out the game for the sake of it, and it just makes it feel grindy. Like, for example, just little things like these arches weren't available, stairs, this specific kind of doorway, the windows, and it was just, it's very obvious. They're like, oh yeah, we'll just make it so you have to unlock everything. And it's like, what they should do is follow more of a Conan Exiles kind of vibe. Or Fallout 4, especially. It's already nighttime. The days go by way too quickly on this planet. But the nights are weirdly long. Where basically all of the basic materials are available from the go-get, but then if you want kind of higher tier stuff, you know, you have to work for it. However, it depends if you're looking to build something straight off the go-get, it is annoying. However, because this is quite an exploration-based game, you're just, you know, after a one heavy Saturday session, you'll probably unlock a lot of this stuff. Another criticism, at least in the initial game as well, is this stuff is quite resource heavy. So I went and grinded like, what, just over 500 carbon and a bit of the, what's it called, the ferrite dust. and already I ran out building this. So, in my opinion, they should maybe make it so the stuff... There's just no need for it. Like, it's just like, I get why you would want it so you have to kind of work to make this base. But they just... to just get kind of a house together, it shouldn't, you know, have to hop in my spaceship and fly off and go grab some trees. It's a bit silly. However, it functions very well. So let's get on the positives. So it is... what they've got as a base is really, really, really good. So one thing you can do is I can actually change the colour of everything, right? So let's go for this wall, yeah. If I press the left trigger, I've got it on, remember, grey-black, don't forget. But I can literally go through loads of different colours. Now, that's just the wood. But I can go to, like, if I go to, say, structures here. I haven't unlocked many of these. But I can change them to concrete, rust, stone, wood. And I'm pretty sure we can unlock more later on. So that's very cool. And you can do that with, like, literally almost every item can have its colour changed. So even, like, the placeable equipment, I can do the same kind of thing. So that's pretty cool. And I think you can unlock later on, like, different colour lights. So there is loads and loads of stuff. Pretty much from what I can gather, I've done a little bit of research myself. And I said when I do my kind of more mid-game guide, is you can literally build every structure you see in the game. The problem is it's gated behind research. So it's kind of swings and roundabouts, and the fact is that it's once you're kind of been playing, you know, a good 10, 20 hours, you've got a lot of stuff to do. But right at the start of the game, you're kind of limited. So I'm just going to show you how it snaps. So I did start building this structure. It's at least one thing I have noticed. Glass. I don't have any glass, so we're not going to have windows then. I don't know how to get glass. One thing as well is it's kind of missing because if you look at the way it looks here, right? So there's none of the... those of you who follow my channel know that we come from Fallout 4. So in Fallout 4, I can snap things together like this, or I can kind of do it freehand. With here, there doesn't seem to be the freehand element, so it's all snappable. Now that's fine, because if you've used Code and Exiles, that works like that, right? The slight issue is that it's missing a couple of the building blocks that I would expect. So there's no angled pieces, there's no chest-high walls for doing kind of railings, there's no circular pieces. So what ends up happening is, as you can see, I'm kind of limited. I'm also available to build, so I'm not even going to be able to finish this, so we're going to have to grind some resources in a sec. But I'm limited with effectively using just these more kind of standard building blocks of what I can build. It's also really erratic with getting it to go where you want. You see that little that glowing circle? You have to kind of aim at that, but it can be a little bit excitable, put it delicately. Right, so there we go. I've already ran out of stuff already. So what do I need for the floor pieces? I need 20, I need 4, so I need 80. It's fine, we're not going to travel very far. So I did mention this briefly, but basically it is very, very, very exceedingly grindy. And in the early game, grinding resources isn't as... it's just it's... I think they should have probably... I don't mind the fact that it costs resources, because obviously it does. But I think they should probably cut it down by a quarter. So, like, a wool costs 40 carbon. As far as I'm concerned, the wool should cost about 5, really. You know what I mean? I get why the temptation... it's all about balance, isn't it? You know what I mean? Like, those of you who kind of play a lot of early access games, you know this story balance is all over the place, to say the least. But I think from someone who kind of plays a lot of games where you build, they should absolutely slash how much resources it costs, and they should give you way more structural elements straight from the start. Like, basically, as far as I'm concerned, everything that can be made out of wood should be available out of wood straight away. But I'm building my little shitey block thing right here. So I built my little platform. It's pretty mediocre. This isn't obviously up to Davey's normal building standard, but it is what it is. The roof elements suck as well. Because as far as I can tell, I can't make this bigger. I was hoping I could connect these and it would be like, I'll actually show you. I don't think it does. Yeah, I was hoping, yeah, you see it's not done. I was hoping the walls would actually like connect to the ceilings with, the roofs rather, would connect together, but they seem to be all single, which sucks a bit. But well, in you go. In you go. There we go. Right, so I've done my structure, and also that means that my if you see in the corner there, my life support isn't going down. So it provides a survival bonus. Let's put some. I've barely unlocked any of the more useful building components, so I basically got. I do like the things they've got this flora, so I can actually do like farming and stuff. So eventually resources won't become an issue, and there are loads of this stuff in the game, and I do like the idea of it quite a lot. Pretty sure I just like, I don't know how these work at all. I think they just auto build, and then you just, yeah, okay, so I think they eventually just kind of make stuff. But then also there's lights as well. Wump, 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 wump. Do I have anything? I do have some sodium. And you get loads of different kinds of lights. Basically, it's quite, it feels like, because obviously with the channel we're used to Fallout and just the available options there. And those of you who played things like Minecraft, or also Terraria is a really good one, which has huge amount of functionality. But it kind of, to me, feels quite a lot like so Conan Exiles, Rust, Ark, that kind of thing, where you've got these kind of more basic building blocks, but then you've also got kind of more pre-built stuff, like these actual kind of structural elements as well. So I'm looking forward to getting into the mid-game and actually kind of making cooler stuff. I just do hope that for these more modular elements like this, where you're actually kind of building something using walls, separate walls, ceilings, roofs, and all that jazz, I do hope they just kind of expand the tile set and also kind of have the sense, at least just on the wood, to make it so you're not locked behind, you know, just grind for the sake of grind, and also, as I said, kind of slash the resource requirements. But overall, even now, from just like me, you know, obviously spoiling it a little bit and doing some research, there's some cool stuff you can do. I don't want to, obviously, you know, you can do things with like NPCs. There's lots of like actual devices you can get as well. So it's not bad, but it needs some work. It still feels like there's loads of stuff missing. But yeah, this is my first impressions. You know what I mean? I'm loving the game generally as well. I absolutely love these kind of because those of you following me on Twitter know, and also on the channel actually, know that I really got into Subnautica a while back. And that's kind of, people describe that as the game that No Man's Sky should have been, because it does feel complete already right now. Definitely pick it up, it's really good. If you ever see it on sale or just want to pick it up off the fly. But also, like, No Man's Sky right now does feel like a fun game, and I think my weekend is pretty much me gonna alternate between playing this, building my what's it called, my mod for Fallout 4. Which one am I doing? I am doing Jamaica Plain and finishing that off, and also painting my Necromunda models for my big match next week. But yeah, no, it's pretty cool. I think the building element has got the right basics, but does need some development. But anyway, hope you guys are enjoying the rest of your Friday, if it's obviously still Friday where you are. Otherwise, enjoy your Saturday. Have a nice lie-in tomorrow if you're not working. If you are working, hope work's alright, I guess. I'm going to be sleeping. I might wake up sometime in the afternoon. But yeah, you guys enjoy the rest of your week. On around Sunday evening, no doubt, I will have my Jamaica Plain video up, so I'm going to have the mod up, and I'll also have the video giving you the tour. It's going to be quite a small mod, but it'll be quite a cool one. But until then, you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. Follow me on Twitter at norespawns. I might try and get a sneaker stream of No Man's Sky in on the Saturday, so follow me on Twitch. Link in the description. It's no_respawns. And yeah, I'll talk to other people soon. You take care.